Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. Going to have a little 12-day model roundup for today's second video, and we're also going to have a look at some high-res models for the weather later tomorrow and into Saturday from named Storm Darragh, been named by the UK Met. So I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just say that if you're enjoying the content on the channel, please do like, share and subscribe. Make sure to everyone for doing that. Haven't had a taint of auditing there today, so sorry about that. Been a little bit unwell with lurgy, but I thought I'd get a little 12-step update done for you this evening, just to let everybody know I'm still alive. Hold on. Oh, sorry, everyone. Right, let's start off some high-res then. So we're going to begin, I'm so sorry, with arpege. Here we go then. And that situation at 8 AM in the morning, under a little transient bump of high pressure then, bring quite a lot of dry weather in with it. So beyond that, we're going to find that wet weather starts to pile in from the west during the course of the afternoon and into the evening. The rain tends to snow as it bumps into the cold air across Scotland, rain further south, and then as the wettest weather pushes through during the early hours of Saturday morning, that's when the strongest of the winds come along on the southern and western side of the area of low pressure, so becoming increasingly stormy through the course of Friday night into Saturday morning. Saturday morning looking quite wet across central and eastern areas, also very windy as well, and the winds gradually transferring eastwards. So sorry everyone, as we go through the day, with further showery bursts continuing right the way through into Sunday. Eventually we get rid of that low and things dry out. Let's see what the wind gusts are looking like with arpege. So again, we're starting off here right now, and we push through into Friday. There we see the strongest of the winds moving into the west. Gales or severe gales through the course of Friday evening in western areas. We go about 70 miles an hour off the coast of Ireland, 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts across England and Wales. And then the strongest of the winds start transferring southwards and eastwards during the course of Saturday. Widespread inland gusts going to 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour plus wind gusts down the east coast there. Looking really quite severe with those wind gusts on the east coast. Around western coast, we're between around 60 and 70 mile an hour with wind gusts, and inland we're still going up to about 50 to 60 miles an hour with the strongest of those winds. The winds gradually easing down as we go on through into Monday there. Right, that's that one done. Let's have a look at ICOM and see how that one is looking. So I want to go there, and then we're going to go there, and to there, and there. Right, so we start off with ICOM with today's wet weather clearing out of the way overnight. Then we're into a little transient ridge before the next area of low. Storm Darragh comes in from the Atlantic late Friday and on into Saturday. Brings a push of heavy rain through Friday evening, followed by lots of wet weather through central and eastern regions during the course of Saturday itself. Winds coming in from that north or northeast direction will feel cold in those strong winds as well. Everything starts to calm down to the start of next week. How are the wind gusts looking? So again, let's go here, and we can see that with the strongest of the winds from this system, we're bringing the strongest winds into the west during the course of Friday evening. Gusts again in excess of 70 miles an hour up the Irish Sea, possibly going to about between 70 and 80 miles an hour for Northern Ireland there. And then into Saturday morning, the strongest of the winds transferring eastwards with widespread inland gusts, again around 60 miles per hour in some places, and then on into Saturday night and Sunday, the strongest of winds sort of moving down the eastern side in excess of 70 miles an hour, with those wind gusts through the channel as well. We're up to about 70 miles an hour with the wind gusts there. Things starting to calm down then as we go through into the start of next week. And then finally, we'll have a look at UKV high-res model from the UK Met. So there's the wet weather push across the country today. That's followed by mainly dry weather overnight and into tomorrow, before the wet weather starts setting in on Friday afternoon and evening, turning to heavy snow. So that rain up across Scotland, wet weather further southwards. That initial push of rain moves through, and then more wet weather starts piling eastwards across particularly central and eastern parts of England and Wales through the course of that Saturday afternoon and into Saturday evening, with showers into Sunday, and then things calming down on Monday. The wind gusts with icon look like this. So relatively calm with winds during much of tomorrow, but picking up in the west during the evening. And then overnight we get widespread inland gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour, but around those western coasts we are up to 80 miles an hour with the wind gusts through the Irish Sea, actually reaching 90 miles an hour plus there off the coast of North Wales. Up the Irish Sea, so looking very, very significant with those wind gusts. And then the strongest of winds gradually transferring eastwards as we go through the course of Friday night and on into Saturday morning. Again, widespread inland gusts in excess of 50, 60 miles an hour. The strongest of the winds by the time you get through to Sunday morning are transferred into these more southern and eastern regions. Things started to calm down in the west, and that's the trend then through the course of early next week. Wind gusts calming down, so a very significant spell of stormy weather is on the way, starting in the west tomorrow evening, pushing eastwards through Friday night and Saturday, and then Saturday looking like quite a stormy day, particularly for much of England and Wales, and particularly again around those western coasts. Oh, sorry, once more, everyone. We could be looking at 90 mile an hour gusts off the coast of Wales there during the course of Saturday, so quite serious. Okay, let's have a look at a bit of chart data. We'll go through the 12. So this latest UK Met Euro run is looking for midday on Sunday. So that storm has moved away by then. High pressure out to the northwest and winds coming in from this northeasterly direction. As we move on into the early part of next week, high pressure settles over the country, brings mainly dry weather. Will be quite chilly though, I think, with frost and fog a possibility. That's how we end up with the UK Met by next Thursday. Looks like the high pressure trying to reach northwards and potentially bring something a bit colder in from the north, but we have to wait and see about that. I can't again bring that high pressure southwards across the country through the early part of next week. A lot of dry weather to come with that, and by the time we get through to the end of next week, high pressure starting to settle over Scandinavia with a gentle and not especially cold easterly wind, but there would be the risk of some frost and fog coming through with that, I think, next week. Then got GFS 12Z. Again, we bring that high pressure in from the northwest. Sorry, once more, everyone. High pressure coming in from the northwest through the early part of next week, mainly dry but probably quite cold under that area of high pressure. As we move on into the more extended range, high pressure starts pulling out to the west, and it looks like we're going to drop in a cold northerly there, but it doesn't quite come up. We don't quite get the high pressure far enough north, and instead we drive this area of low pressure in across the country. Very close, though, to bring down a pre-Christmas cold snap from the north there, so we'd have to watch out what's happening there. Let's have a look, shall we, at the KMA. That's just updating at the moment. So this is the midnight run, again, with high pressure dominating throughout much of next week. So after the stormy weekend, we've got a main dry week to come next week. And then on into the more extended range, lower pressure starts coming in from off the Atlantic again. It's looking quite unsettled there up to the middle part of December. But GEM, again, bringing that high pressure southwards through the early part of next week. Mostly dry, but quite cold under that area of high pressure. And then we head on into the more extended range, bringing back perhaps a westerly and area of low pressure in by the middle of December. And then finally the ECM. It's like that high pressure once more is out to the west, northwest of the country, then high pressure sinks down over the country, bringing mostly dry weather through next week. High pressure trying to get Scandinavia as we get into the second half of next week, but too much energy running above it to the north of it sort of pushes it southwards. That's a setup at day 10. Still anticyclonic for the south, could be some frost and fog, but further north likely to be rather showery. Again, there's a bit of a hint that we might bring down a northerly just beyond that to the third week of December. So again, that is a case of watch this space. You need to see what's going on with this ridge around the Atlantic coast of Canada there. Also, quite interesting developments on the latest GFS with the stratosphere again. So we'll just show that, and then we'll get this wrapped up. These blue colours are the cold temperatures at 10 HPA in the stratosphere, in the Arctic and in the North Pole. Nothing much happening in the next week, but in the extended range, again, we see the GFS forecasting a very significant warming of the stratosphere over Siberia. This is not a sudden stratospheric warming event, but it is a significant warming of the stratosphere and is producing a displacement of the polar vortex at its roots there from the pole out in towards Canada, the North Atlantic, and into northern parts of Europe. We had a lot of this last winter. When we had a lot of this last winter with these displacement events that did eventually lead to an actual SSW very late on in the winter. So it looks like we've got more fun and games to go this winter with the stratosphere. Yeah, again, very early to be seeing these significant warming. So we shall see what happens with that. Okay, we'll end the video there. So hopefully things will be a bit better with the throat of the voice tomorrow, and I'll be able to get the videos back to normal if nothing else. So watch your space on that. But I just want to do a little summary roundup video for you this evening to let you know that I'm all right. Yeah, it's been quite a nasty bug, this one. So I'm going to go and have a bit of a gargle. You enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening, and we'll see you soon with more. Thanks for watching.